Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, dear listeners. My name is Ironbound Ghost. It's they, them, he, him. Feel free to call me Ghost or Ghosty. Hope everyone's had a good week so far, or if you haven't, hope it started turning around for you with the onset of the weekend. And if not, hope everything in general, at least, has started to proceed in an upward trajectory from here. That is what we all deserve, after all. We are going to start off here today with our Reading Recommendations Fanfiction Friday, where I bring you, dear listeners, the recommendation of one random fanfic that I've read at some point in the past without rhyme or reason, or with only a little rhyme or reason, I suppose. Today's recommendation, somewhat straightforward one, is called Walk in Starlight by The Vorpal Sword. This is on Archive of Our Own. And it is a crossover between the 2020 movie The Old Guard and Star Trek. And the premise, as I said, is quite straightforward, wherein the immortal protagonists of The Old Guard live long and join Starfleet. And so obviously you could take that description in many, many different ways, some more whimsical than others. And in this case, I suppose, I would just... So the events of the Old Guard movie, the first one, I haven't seen the second one yet, are somewhat fraught, one might say, and there's a lot of grappling with. I mean, there's the surface plot about action movie things being action, but there's quite a lot of just thinking about what immortality means in a world where most people are not immortal, and what navigating that world looks like for these people. And in this fanfic, obviously Starfleet is, as an organization, and Star Trek as a series, it's very much an examination of people, and of it's a world with it's a setting with a lot of possibilities, and a lot of just a great expanse of a setting, with many strange and wondrous things, and many new technologies and whatnot that are quite miraculous, especially when, I mean, for anyone, as is the nature of speculative and science fiction, fantasy, what have you, but also especially to people who, predate predate electronics, and have been living through the world as it, develops those. And I guess, I don't know, there's a sort of the perspective of looking at the development of humanity through that very specific lens, through a lens steeped in eternity, and in a way a microcosm of humanity, going from, I think one of the characters almost in prehistory in some ways, or not quite prehistory, but the dawn of humanity, sort of early, and walking alongside humanity all that time and seeing it step out into the stars. That looking at that kind of perspective from people who are humans, they're not fantastical beings born to immortality, they're not great magical beasts taking human form or having grown accustomed to humanity, they're not space aliens, although in the Star Trek setting, obviously that has other implications, beyond the, that's, I'm sure, addressed in a million different ways, but, it is a perspective on humanity from the perspective of humans who have seen it grow, and it's a neat story, both on that wider level and then just the characters, as they've been seen. It doesn't do a whole lot, like with it focuses on the old guard characters, and their interactions in this setting. So it's not like meet all your favorite Starfleet captains sort of dense thing. It's not a very long story, but it's nice. And that's, I guess, all I have to say about that recommendation. Once again, that is Walk in Starlight by The Vorpal Sword, and it's on Archive of Our Own. And that information will be in the description of the VOD on YouTube. So please go check it out there if you like. At some point, now that it's the era of dual streaming, I really should poke at my UI and set that up. That way we can stop being literally half a year behind on VODs, which is the current state of affairs. So, you know, we'll get right on that at some point. It will make looking at chat on screen somewhat interesting. But, you know, we'll work something out there. We will work something out there. Nevertheless, that is a project for my future self sometime in about 2.5 months, maybe. As are half a dozen other things for stream, but we'll get to all that. Anyway, we shall then get back to the main content of the day, which, as you might see from the title, is, again, starting with the classic Elden Ring. We are getting there. You know, we're the PlayStation says we're 83% through the main story, and and that's, you know, taken off in chunks when you start fighting things. So, given who we're fighting right now, I'm not entirely sure what makes up the remaining percents of that measurement. That's a bit interesting. But we're gonna start with that. I don't rightly remember what we were doing after fighting Moog, the basement one, but it appears that my past self titled the stream something about secret basements, so I assume that we thenceforth discovered a secret basement that I am just not remembering. So we're going to poke around there, and if there is not as much of a secret basement as I had thought, then we may start looking up things like the death stuff to feed the I want to say cleric beast, but that's not the right name, that's not the right game. Fellow in the far right-hand side of the map who is like Malekith, but didn't murder us. To give him things, and possibly some of the mysterious basements that we haven't properly checked about, and maybe some of the quests that are clearly loitering around that we have just not picked up. We might address some of that stuff, because I don't really want to go straight into fighting Radagon if quite at the moment. If nothing else, I need to just make myself find time to do the whole just get all of the levels into all of the things. Or we could just try as we are, but, you know, let's actually do the laundry business first and figure out whether I'm still going back and forth on if we want to free the Dung Eater or not. So, you know, yeah, so we're starting with that, and then we move back to fighting the Lamp Guy in Expedition 33, and I don't know what's past that, and we will see when we get there. I'm expecting this to be a normal length stream, but who knows? Could go shorter, could go longer. 'Tis late. So then, let's get the audio all going here. And not tip over everything I own, as is tradition. That is structurally insecure. Let's not do that. Future me will have to deal with that if it doesn't collapse on my face. Totally fine. Everything about that's fine. No problems whatsoever. Ominous music right as I say that. Love that for me. Subterranean shunning grounds. Fight. Oh, yeah, that is a secret basement, I suppose. I don't remember what's supposed to be down here. Hello? Readings and... I know we walked a little further down here, and I mostly do not remember what we found. Oh. Never mind, I now remember what we found. Hello? Guy? Okay, so there's like 2 dudes in here. Do we have a weapon that is sufficiently holy? This seems like the kind of place there may be skeletons. And those cause problems. I think the problem is, one of the many problems, is that the vaguely holy swords are also, like, everything's heavy. I guess the Michelin Knight sword's not that bad, but it's totally unupgraded. We would still be in medium if we had it equipped, though. So that's... And then we wouldn't need to juggle another spell. Is there anything else here that is vaguely holy in nature? Mostly not. We've just got the usual stompy stomp. And zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright. You know? That's armaments attacks. Yes, it's locked. Let's actually... since we have the opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It occurs to me... Okay, why does it... Pattern matching thing. Anyway, it does occur to me I could just look at the counter at the bottom of OBS. Okay, about 30 seconds, give or take. Cool. Great. We are... Okay, so this is Cathedral of the Forsaken. How wonderful. We are going to go quickly and upgrade this sword so it doesn't suck, and use that as our anti-skeleton thing if we need it. It is good to have anti-skeleton weapons. After all. Do we have any runes in our pockets? No. Do we have any other runes in our pockets? Yes. I don't remember the scale, though. So... Oh, that's Sombers. Interesting. Well, we've got a handful and a bit of that. Actually, curiosity, what's this again? I see Erdtree's favor. Not what we are here for, but... That's a lot. Start with one of these. Okay. Samba. 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 Somber. Can we just... I feel like we actually got all the bell bearings so we can buy all of these except for the highest grade right now, right? I'm still used to looking in there and Mr. Definitely Not Dead Until He Was. Peculiar. We can buy everything up to 9, which is good. Grave also up to 9. Ghost, we are missing 1 bell bearing. Unless... we will deal with that. I need to look up how much inventory is carried between games. Or between, like, New Game Pluses. Like, at some point I will want to do a New Game Plus. Not for a while. Even if we do this in the... just... to put HP, all of the HP, it would be... a bit. Ah, we can just buy the damn thing. Okay. We should buy more of the 9s. I don't remember how much those cost. Let me go check. I mean, I guess now that we've got access to them, it's all well and good. We just stay. And, okay, they're expensive to buy. Just to use them isn't that bad, at least on that weapon. Costs another 25. That's not what I wanted to do. Thank you for that. Use one. And I know keeping that liquid might be the more flexible, or keeping that in pocketable form may be the wiser thing to do. But, like, when I need chunks of runes, since we have access to the burb, strong attempt those subtitles are making. Okay. Ash of War. We don't get to Ash of War it. I mean, I guess it has the make things be holy going on for it. I'd say fair, but that's the way the different things that stack are very interesting. Anything else? Staffs for sorcery. Nothing in particular. Okay. Let's just spend the spare runes. Hopefully when I install the subtitles software, it shall do better on update. That is also a problem for my future self, however. Anyway, back up this way. No, yeah, that's the other thing. After we've looked at the weird basement stuff, we need to go around checking about the, what do you call them? The Great Runes. Also, I just realized I forgot to type something. I need to write things down before I forget them completely, as is my problem. Okay. So, is a problem. That's not even a me problem, that's a other people, future them problem that I hope not to observe. Problem with... I could type. Speaking absent-mindedly, and not muting when I do things like that, is that I absolutely run the risk of just sort of saying what I am reading or writing. I'm mostly... Sure. I have a habit of being vague when I chatter on about this, that, and the other thing for exactly that reason. Because if I sound nonsensical all the time, then it'd be very difficult. Hello? It's just this guy. Oh, I forgot that that's a thing. But yeah, if I sound nonsensical all the time, then it hardly matters if I start going on about a topic inadvertently in a capacity that's inadvisable, because it won't make sense anyway. However, it's not really... Hello? It's obviously not. Ideal for communication when I'm speaking on such a platform. Hello? As this. Thank you. Well, that was exciting. Hopefully it's a little... less exciting. Huh. Interesting. Grace Mimic. That's the thing where it gives you the pointing new places thing. Yellow Ember. The piles of corpses here make me really uneasy, not so much because they're piles of corpses that appear to be missing their eyes, although that also, because you can hide any number of enemy mobs like this. Which I suppose is probably the point. But... anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yes. The drive to speak sensibly versus to speak cryptically remains something of an ongoing question. Hello? Right. We're just gonna have to go down there. Fair, I suppose. That was extremely overkill. That's also not the button I wanted, thank you. Hello? Why is it always sadness? Can we perhaps... Hello? What? None of this is walk underable, though. Can I set it on fire? not my usual go-to lately, but one of these makes things less invisible. That is not particularly on fire either. Are we supposed to... Hello? Why are we in heavy load? Is this that heavy? I guess. Try to walk up here again. What in the heck? Maybe that's a later us problem. Maybe that is a later problem. Okay. Chaos, oh chaos. I beg thy humble pardon. Okay, fellow there. Oh, I think I remember my problem last time, and my problem last time was very much a matter of maybe it wasn't a problem of dropping down that time, but it's certainly about to be. Oh, great. Oh, I love this for us. Wonderful. Cat thing ain't gonna do nothing. Can I, like, aim that far down? Not really. Let's try it from here, because on the list of things I don't especially want to deal with, potential enemies, like, I'm sorry, music playing mob. Your fellows are of a nature to do me harm, and I cannot meaningfully do anything about that. Okay. Ooh, close. Oh wow, this is really far down. Well... This is a secret basement. Yeah, we'll give it that. Out of curiosity, will you guys just leave people alone? Okay, I want to pick up my runes, though. That was the problem. Yep, that would do it. Fair enough. honestly, just avoiding that in the first place and learning to fall down safely might be the thing to do. If the music playing, guys, ain't gonna do anything to us as well. But nothing. Okay. So it can be done. That's the... Nope. Huh. Doesn't look like there's any traversal down there, though. So that's just modeled to give you a hole to fall down. I respect that. Okay, make my headphones not... Why are they being weird? You know, these headphones fit perfectly well most of the time. For extended periods, but for whatever reason, today has just been... a day. I think... if I remember correctly, there is also... Okay, that works. Just so I don't have to rely on the controllers being, lined up quite. Nope, okay. It knows well enough not to. I could swear I saw someone doing one of the... It's not what I want. One of the gestures that nudges you forward, but I guess we're doing this manually. And hoping not to get murdered, which... Universal. Very interesting. Oh, that's kind of neat. People landing on the boards on the side. Oh god, we're gonna have to do that. It's neat when it's optional. It's neat when it's optional. This is appearing not to be so optional, which I'm not sure I'm a fan of, personally. Frenzy Flame Stone, a record of crafting Frenzied Cookbook 2. A record of crafting techniques left by those afflicted by the madness of the Flame of Frenzy. Contains techniques discovered in desperation. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following. Frenzy Flame Stone. Alright. Gonna explore down here and hopefully not get blown up. Friend ahead. It doesn't look like there's anything else of interest here. Besides two fellows who could choose to murder us, which I'm not a fan of. So we get to there. I'm having the deeply unfortunate impression that that jump is bait, and we need to go around that corner. That's not wonderful. I see it. trust the ones that are not playing music to not... Oh. Never mind. Are you just fine? Well, then I'm sorry. You overshot the next jump. Great. Is that the next jump, though? That looks suspiciously like not the next jump. Hey. Yeah, no, that's not. Oh, you actually landed. Uh-huh. Oh, I hate this. I see it. Oh, I hate this. I'm trying to track where we need to go. There. Yeah, because we don't have anything on there. There. There, or the one below it. Why is this? I love me a good jump puzzle, except when I don't. I'm starting to think that the appropriate response... Okay, so... yeah, okay, those angles look very different from above. I'm starting to think the appropriate response might have been to jump straight for that one, but I'm not sure. Oh, thank God, okay. We really need to line these up to the wall. Oh, 7. To the walls. Also, there's a lot of coffins. Honestly, I think that there's enough handholds and footholds that if you were the Tarnished and you were here, at least in some of these places, you might feasibly be able to climb along, not all, but some of these ledges. Like this upcoming jump right here. Or you could bring climbing equipment, like a person with foresight. Okay, so we need to drop. Yeah, that's too wide. We'd get a better angle off of that, but... Oh, yikes. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's hard. I don't know if we have the verticality for that one. That might be bait. I think we need to go down. And then from there go to the next one to the corner. Not corner, kind of corner. And then down to that dude. Where are we supposed to, like, it doesn't look like there's an exit, though. Unless one of those alcoves down there is secretly. Ooh. See, at the bottom of this... Is it just to get that one item? Maybe. I mean, there's no reason not to try it a little bit. It's gonna take a peculiar amount of time. It's like, whatever. There's also no guarantee that whatever's down here will be of great value. But But hey. Oh god. This all still. Oh, that was almost questionable. Yeah. First off, running. Yeah. Doesn't really need running for that one. Yeah, because there's only so far we can really go. Part of me is like, I should totally try to make the diagonal from here, but no, it is actually too far. I think the way those are aligned, either you smush your face into the wall, because they are slightly off alignment. It's the same message. Yeah, because there's not really a way to nudge yourself off of the edge of that, right? Is there anything directly below that's better? Not really. Stay calm. Try to run for it, but again, what are we supposed to drop down to in that case? It's not a great... I suppose if we start from further back, on one side or other, the arc might be different. Oh. Yeah, there's not a good angle on... Yeah, okay, so we have to go down this way. And again, I think from what it looks like... Well, two things from what it looks like, I suppose. There might be traversable space there. Maybe? Really questionable. But actually, there's probably a death plane just stuck to the very bottom. Because it doesn't look traversable, and, I mean, it wouldn't be complicated. You'd want to make sure people can't tank the fall with the cat ring when they're really close to the bottom. So, I mean, I guess. There we go. Okay. So that's a space. Okay, so that's actually, that is a traversable space. Okay. Still weird as shit, to be perfectly honest, but I'm also somewhat locked there. Wow. Okay. Well. Inescapable frenzy. And what's that when it's at home? Latches onto foes to spread madness. It's an incantation. Incantation originating from the maddening Three Fingers. Interesting. Causes the yellow flame of frenzy to blaze from the caster's eyes. The caster then latches onto foes, spreading the madness. This incantation also causes buildup of madness in the caster and is only effective against Tarnished. Excuse me? I guess PvP? The gaze into one another's eyes is truly the most intimate form of human contact. Fair enough. This whole thing has a lot to do with eyes. Eyes on the inside. Offer, give up. Ah. So the theme being frenzy. Okay, those are maddening on purpose. That's funny. You know, I approve. I approve. That's funny. I'm curious what those items are. In, like, what is deposited upon the ground sense, but... Remember, keep checking with lock on. Of course, with this being... Oh. With that being the theme, I wouldn't be surprised if there was nothing particularly interesting at the bottom, and this is all just an exercise in fool. And fools and foolishness. Hi. I mean, we get the incantations. But yeah, it looks like there's nothing else here. So this would be a very survivable drop if there's no death plane. Also, if you were trying to play this game without teleporting, that would be a soft lock, because I don't think there's any way out. Nothing to say. Alright, underground tomb ahead. Like, is there stuff? Actually, it's a good point. Check all the walls. Entirely probable that either the only escape is at the bottom or there is no escape. But you know, we're in a secret underground tomb. Tap on all the walls. Use those hard-earned instincts, or whatever. Oh. Good that we're mucking about. Love that I totally missed this. Hello? Oh. Hi. Sorry? Fingerprint stone shield. I think I've seen that somewhere. Causes madness buildup. Excuse me? It's a great shield. It's heavy as shit. A great stone shield with an intricately crafted fingerprint design. One of the heaviest of all great shields. Part of the tomb of an ancient god. The readerless fingers. What? The readerless fingers relayed their message through these imprints. Said to be the very seeds from which frenzy first sprouted. Skill shield bash. Brace behind shield before using body weight to ram foes while maintaining guarded stance. Weaker enemies will be shoved backwards and can even be staggered. How do you cause madness build up in them? Oh, wonderful. Alright, well, we're gonna test out whether or not the bottom of that has a death built into it, but aside from all that, oh, cool that we can walk out on that. Death plane? Oh, what the shit? Not a death plane. What the hell? I appreciate the sight of grace, cause what the hell? Oh, I think I've seen... Oh. What the hell? Why is there no weapon use in here? Yes, thank you. These... Stop. These are good messages. Thank you. But also, what the fuck? What in the hell? Excuse me? I feel like I have seen footage of this area before, but what? One of the joys of having watched a bunch of random shit years back and then never going back to it is having no idea what are you seeing. Okay. We've got pocket change. Just see what's in here. How do people even find this? Hello? Yeah, how incredible. Oh. What the hell? What is this shit? Hello? Rune Arc, nice. Thanks. What in the Christ? What is this? Where are we? Why is there a site of grace down there? Okay, hold on. Wait, excuse me? I have a lot of questions. Okay, I think there is a way to just drop down here without dying, or there was at some point. Possibly with one of those don't take damage thingies that people used to, and maybe still do. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Entirely possible. Same blueprints for all these. But, like... what? Okay, no death plane, I guess. Maybe it gets switched off. No bog ahead. What? Let there be chaos. What? No Elden Ring ahead. No really. You don't have it right there for no armor head. What? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I will briefly remove... I will remove my head. Oh, I hate that. What the fuck is this? And why do we have to be wearing nothing to open a door full of lava? What is... Oh. What the... oh. Hello? You know, I maybe should have thought of this before I opened this door. Why? Tarnished, why are you approaching? What the hell? Most awkward hug ever, but okay. Why? Okay, I guess we're on fire. Or something now. Super on fire. Why did you fade into the earth? What the hell? Why are we on fire? What were those? Why can we attack now? Okay, well, first let's put our head back on. And everything else. Secondly... entertainingly, that doesn't affect how much light we emit. Oh, okay. So, we can only attack when we're... we had no opportunity to attack when we were opening that fucking door. What in the heck was all that? And now we can't attack again. What the shit? That's a good note, thank you. Noted. I mean, at this point, we might as well free the Dung Eater. Good to know. Why would there be a bug? We might as well free the Dung Eater at this point, since we've made a contract with everyone in their fucking... Like, what? So we have death in our pocket. We have the three fingers, whatever they are, in our pocket. We've got a question of whatever's going on with Ranni. We've got the tree on fire due to other... what? I can't tell if these are, like, all separate factions or only partially separate factions, and they're all getting really questionable in their coordination. They're really well coordinated and, like, just chucking me into every situation possible. What? Okay. I don't know about familiar, but I also did not expect a secret passage. This whole place is littered. Yeah, this is very lost. Okay, what's this? Route facing cliffs. Oh, will this come out of the wall next to the avatar guy that we may or may not have finished fighting? Didn't expect underground. I also did not expect underground. Where does this say we are? Deeproot Cavern. I wonder, will this then lead us to the ability to... I wonder if you could have gotten here at many different points and just arrived through. Noted. Haunts. Yes. Okay. Sure. Why are we up here, though? Why are we horse? Okay. We should shoot the ants. Obviously we're where we were before. But more up, which is good, I guess? Wait, come on. Look. That works. Where's the other one? Buddy. There are 3 of you. Hello? Yes, there were 3 of you. And one just didn't take the bait. Oh, what the Christ? I can see why. What on earth? Yeah, we are in the Deeproot depths, ain't we? Shock. I ain't would have guessed. What in the hell? just gonna... Okay, well that's later problem. Like, there are a lot of problems here. But at least a couple of them, like these ants, are allowed to be later problems. Alright, well, we'll come back to that. We see those trees. Yeah, we've seen some of this is like, are we supposed to... Hello? Just gonna numb. Hello? You gonna take a bite out of our arm? Hello? Anything? Okay. That's what I thought. Edge. Newman's room. Indeed. How exciting. As ever. Did that give me anything particular? Not really. I mean, I guess, okay, the solid rooms, right? But even still, like, alright. More jump puzzles. Maybe... I want to get over there. Not... Okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. I assume the big fellow is probably gone. Oh. Yeah. Okay, yeah, big fella's gone. We can just hop down here like a person with eyes and ability to evaluate space. Ah, that is true. Which isn't to say that we're still not prone to falling off things in inopportune ways, but, you know, give it a go. Yeah, there are some of those. Down we go. No reason to go back up, but only reasons to go back down. Oh, this is probably close enough, yeah. I do not remember if we have fought that avatar yet, though. Alright. Somebody will hit ya. Cool. Sorceries, I guess, also have a range, huh? Not thought of often. But let's see what's going down in the Moida basement. Seek fire, so try to speak incantation. What do you mean? First off, dog. What do you mean? Don't see no turtles or no dogs. Dog ahead. What do you mean by that? Only thing I see here is an ant. Good job. Excellent work. So, let's not do that again. I say, as I'm... Okay, first of all, none of these are skeletons. Let's not take a leap off of things. We don't really need a horse. I mean, we do if we want to get onto that platform, but if we don't, then it's fine. Walk, walk, walk. Onward we go. Where we stop, only the bogs know. That being said, we are definitely fighting this from range. Below us is, I think, the same bank that we traveled in a coffin. Either up or down. Hard to tell from here. Dog ahead, I'm sure it is. I think we're far enough away. Yeah, barely. But farewell. Formic rock. Alright. Interesting. Now we shall once again go. What's the say? Try jumping. Not over there, we're not. Oh, I do see. And that gives you the height to do that. And that lets you come back. Kinda. That is a good reminder we have horse though. Golden 8, nice. Now, where are we going with this? There we are. Now it looks like it... Oh, please stop doing that. At some point, being on top of that... What's desirable? From where? Oh, I sense hopping. Try haunts. Very fair. Makes sense. Very haunts. Oh. Okay, I was not judging that. It's good that we only jumped once, because it would have been not work. We did more. Golden 8. Oh, we did not kill him. Those ants concern me. I know them, Horatio. Those ants concern me. Christ. Okay, so we've got 6 ants. More than 6 ants. The ones over there can probably fight from up here. We're far enough away, they're not getting over here as easy. Gotta get the other ones, though. Alright. Okay. So we can hop over there or whatever. But I think this is as good as we're gonna get as a vantage point on Mr. Down there. So I think the thing, or I guess from the tree up here. Oh, did the ants just leave? I guess they walked away. I'll take it. Can we... cannot lock on from here. So whatever we do... let me get an angle. Maybe on the ants. I forget if these are reactive to being on fire or not. Not a lot more than anything else, I think. Looks like a little. But yeah, not specifically more than anything else. Ah. That is the problem with having that kind of flight mechanism. I think the birds have it as well. That they hover, they're essentially anchored to a patch of ground and they're just like a little above that. So when they jump off of something, they can't get back up it, and apparently they are subject to the same fall damage as the rest of us, which I appreciate at least. Can I convince you? Can I convince you to depart? Okay, well that's not helping. And I think the play is to hop over there. For safety, it's actually to hop over here. As goodness knows, this whole thing is like 7 different jump puzzles in a trench coat, I suppose. Okay, so going... can we get back from the up? We can. That ant is just toddling away. Alright, well... we'll do that, I suppose. Figure out what's up here first. Time for death. interesting. I mean, kinda. Huh. Cannot lock onto that. Okay. Angle on that's kind of atrocious. Might be possible. Oh, it's actually close enough to hit. Interesting. Hello. And you're gone. Right. Oh, hi. Hello? Did you leave? Alright, fair enough. Where's the ants then? Right, so the one fell right below us. And we cannot get an angle here. Can we get one from up here? Not looking great in the finding an angle department from up here. Alright. Alright. Oh. Yeah. Stop. Uh-huh. Golden. Yeah, so we can hop back up. We can get to the tree. I don't... Oh. Maybe we have an angle? Well, it looks like you're actually close enough to be moving. Hard to say. See if the angle was better. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. I think we do need to take a journey on a tree. Metric hecton of ants. Okay. Any thoughts? Any questions or concerns? One of those. That's a very specific chunk of space I can reasonably target here, okay? Very narrow. Can I do anything else with it? Not really. Little. Okay, this is actually still not effective distance. Climbing up there might be good, so we'll try that. List of weirdly extended side quests. Okay, there is an item ahead. What does that mean? Oh, nice. I don't think I see any other goods. Oh, how exciting. How truly wonderful. Hydrating. I mean, on the bright side, this is exactly how I wanted to do this fight. On the downside, I'm aware it is long and tedious. I'm kind of wondering... So, like, we can get back here. I don't really want to. Kind of wondering, like, do we want to do this now? Like, I guess, right? Well, that's not too bad. Can we, like, poison you? Hold on, let's stand in a slightly less shootable position. enough serpent arrows, we can acquire more. Okay, you're poisoned. Cool. Black Fang, like this is too far away to be useful. Black Bow is barrage. Okay, I think just periodic poisoning might be the way to go. But this is also going to take forever. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Might as well help, I suppose. Like, as long as it doesn't increase my chances of becoming a corpse. It's not like it'll be not helpful. It does occur to me that with slightly better dodging, I probably could have done the poison thing closer to ground level, but angles are easier to deal with when you have more distance in this case, I think. By a fair amount. I do so like not getting turned into crispy bacon. Maybe that's just me. Poison yet? I'd like you to be. Poison? Yeah. Oh, don't fall off that though. I'm pretty sure we didn't kill him before because we kept on getting dead to lasers. This whole strategy is really good for, not getting dead to lasers. Which I approve of. Not getting dead to lasers is something I approve of, yes. Yeah, this is about the best angle I think we get. I get about 3 shots off before after my 2 lasers, so like we could keep trying to poison them, but I don't think it keeps the poison meter up, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting. Oh. And we try to not be poisoned. Laser in the face. I have many, many lasers. Yeah. You get about 3 shots. And with the serpent bow, Come on now. Come along. Okay, one more round. One more round. Come on now. Okay, honestly, oh, the poison, have I been using the, I've just been using the normal ass arrows. Okay, we're gonna back up a second. At this point, we don't need to use the, just get everything back in our inventory correctly. That is my whoopsie daisy. We can just shoot you like a normal person. Sort of, apparently. That is my bad. I, in fact, as you could see, accidentally the wrong arrows when I was switching bows. Understandable, I suppose. Not excessively helpful. You dead? Yes. Staff of the Avatar. A new one, at that. How nice. What is it? Staff of the Avatar, a colossal weapon. Holy. Ceremonial staff depicting the Erd Tree and its historic radiance. Wielded by the Avatars who protect the minor Erd Trees. The Avatars, emerging in the wake of the Elden Ring shattering, were determined to protect the withering Erd Tree's offspring. Unique skill, Erd Tree Slam. Jump up high into the air and crash down on the ground ahead. The resulting pratfall sends golden shockwaves in all directions. This is the most powerful of all the ground slam skills. I see. Well, we're not really invested in all that, but good for ya. I don't know, do we want to try to get to ground level from here, I guess? Since we've already been down there, so it's really... we've already traversed this whole area. Like, I suppose we haven't searched it as thoroughly as we could due to the lack of not getting lasers in the face, but... healing ahead. Yeah? Is there? Praise the stomach. What's that to mean, then? Once. Okay, that's how we get back down there. Yeah, I mean, we can just go over here now. Now that there's no more big fellow to dodge. Ominous music, though. Best be on a horse, I say, as though that won't make navigating. Oh! Greetings, Justice Design. Good morning. And sleep is very important. No need to apologize. Sleep is very, very important to have. So, after fighting Mohg the Basement One, there was an extended amount of jump puzzle, dropping down and climbing along the walls, and then we crashed through the floor, and we're now on fire, apparently, so that was new. We met the Three Fingers, who set us on fire and gave us a very alarming hug, and then we finally came around over here where this Erd Tree Avatar was, and we were high enough up to snipe effectively, which I think was truly wonderful. So, I don't know what all this being on fire is about, but frankly, we now seem to be aligned with so many different people that we might as well free the Dung Eater. at this point, I guess. Because how much worse can it be at this point? Right? How much worse can it be? Oh, hi. Hello? I thought I had not died since the last time. Hello? What the hell? Hello? No. Nah. 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 Ain't about all that. We're gonna deal with that from on a tree. Ah, we did not drop down correctly to get whatever that is. Hello? That's not the button I wanted, thank you. Well... Unexpectedly excited, but still not the button I wanted. Good job. Okay, well... That is a really big ant. I'm not entirely sure what to do with that. We can't really get back up there after climbing down, can we? Not really. Otherwise we would have done it the first time. We can get to whatever that is, since we're not getting sniped. Okay. So, since we've already explored most of this area, aside from the place that's currently full of ants in the corner, which I guess we should check on, I totally forgot we could use horses here. Nope, shit. Jesus. We're gonna check out the area that's full of giant ants, apparently. Nice. Yes, be wary of a tree. Good message. And then if there's nothing interesting over there, we are running up into the time where the plan was to switch back to Expedition 33. Now that we have fallen through several floors, can we shoot that bar? Kind of. Oh. Hello? Can we shoot that bar effectively? No. Well, good that we answered that. Horse. Oh, item. That we missed the first time. Perhaps. So hope your week's been going well and that you have neither been set on fire nor crashed through several floors. Apparently that's the kind of thing to worry about these days. Hello? That's not the button I wanted, but good job. Not on literal fire, that is good. Hopefully also not metaphorical fire, because I can imagine that also causes problems. Okay, that was from me. Cool. Ant. Okay, anything aside from yet another ant? Please and thank you. Okay, and we're leaving. Yeah, I know. Hello? Oh, these are the guys with big shield heads. Isn't there a shield that you can get that is literally just their head? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a shield that is like these guys' heads. Existence is slightly on fire, but like minimizing that. Minimizing that is the way to go. Actually, I wonder if we got the ant head shield at some point and I just forgot about it because it's too heavy. That could also be the case. What the hell? This is just lighting. This isn't a... Okay, this is just lighting that's questionable. Alright, because I was like, if there's another jump puzzle down here, man, ain't sure about that, but no. That is questionable lighting. Good bait. Not what we're here for. Okay, and then I think we really grabbed everything that there is to grab over here. Alright, there's nothing that looks new. So I guess we've done all of that. Cathedral. Okay, do we have another direction to head to now that... Honestly, why not free the Dung Eater? I don't know where the Dung Eater is right now. Why not? Why not? I don't think this is the correct location either. Maybe it is. I think it was a different area. We will later. I will park myself in front of the Dung Eater at the table. And then, you know, at this point, why not? Why not free all the evils of the world? If we're going to run into so many of them accidentally. Okay. We don't have any particular insights on how we're additionally on fire.
You're here for some spirit tuning.
Neither do you. Okay. Cool. And... Nope, everyone's not more on fire than the left. Rested at a site of grace after meeting the fingers. I had to have. I think? No. Yes, no. Yes. Yes, I did. Or... Yeah, I think I have. Why? Because I met the fingers and then I dropped off the ledge and then grabbed a site of grace. Am I... Should I see something concerning? In theory, I ought to. Interesting. Well, that's alarming. Maybe we'll see whatever it is next time. Anything to say besides... Okay. Okay. Well, we'll... At this point, I guess we'll do that, and then next time do not that, perhaps. Could be later, could be later. Okay. Oh, you missed the fact that to speak with the three fingers, to open up the door, which I wasn't aware what was behind that. There was the advice on the ground that the only way you could open the door was with no armor on. So we had a very brief moment where we did not have the imp wolf head. Very briefly. Very alarming. Truly terrifying. Yep. Several people left some stuff on the ground that informed us of this fact. So we're going to switch up to Clair Obscure. Oh, I'm gonna check. Interestingly, none of those increasingly alarming activities counted toward the percentage progress in Elden Ring. So that's interesting. Also interesting. Okay. Alright. Let me hydrate a bit. But right now we were fighting the lamp guy, and we are still fighting the lamp guy as far as I remember. And I have no notion as to what is going to happen after that. But I'm sure it will be exciting. Alright, this is where we were. Was there anything we were gonna be able to optimize for this? Besides maybe shovel some more HP into people, I suppose. I would love to know what just fell over. Oh. That is Later Me's problem. No, okay, no, actually, I lied. It should be Naomi's problem, or I'll forget about it. Give me a second. Yes, just a thing that wasn't even plugged in fell off of my PlayStation because it's been living there because what's structural integrity, am I right? On the bright side, in retrieving that, I did not also pull an entire shelving unit onto my face, which I think is a wonderful accomplishment and a testament to my skill, personally. Also, worth noting that none of the things that fell over were a computer, which I think is also a testament to my great skill. So, you know, that's great. What was the plan with all of this shit? Yes, skillful lack of not smacking myself in the face. Okay, so this is heal self, heals all allies. $30 and 5. High single target. One hit. Deals additional damage. Was there a reason we switched away from this? Oh, it's a double card. Applies. Deals medium. Okay, so that's we were keeping that because it hits everyone sort of situation. And that is a low power attack. That's the one that hits really hard. That applies mark. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do for now. Anything else about you? Low target lightning. medium lightning, 2 to 6 hits to random enemies. And then your only other thing is the marking shot, which is not what we're here for. Gourd. No target. Be on fire. Medium. Be on more fire. Okay, I think we were waiting for you to be able to set things on extra fire, which you currently cannot. Oh. Okay. Well. Interesting. That's providing defense, but not health. That's like whatever. What unallocated goods do we even have? Speed up. Also speed up. Also speed. Jesus. Okay, so this would give... decent HP. So we've got one... thing that will give a good HP. And sort of mediocre effect in comparison. Marked enemy will deal less damage is pretty useful. Not that this whole thing isn't dealing so much damage that the only real option is to get good at dodging. But okay, you have the least health right now. You've got speed, take some more break damage. And no one else has any other Pictos that are still being trained. I think, is that the only one that we have? No, this one is also technically. Interesting. Anything else that is stacked on here for the sake mostly of being trained? Okay. That can be useful. Do you have... Luminas. One of these shooting ones can cause mark target on shot, but I don't know. Burning shots, marking shots, marking shots. Marking shot on the free aim. We would have to pull something off though. We're level up 2 more times. I think we either want to swap this. No, but then speed will. Okay, speed won't fall too low. But oh no, this will fall out of order unless we make up for the speed somewhere else. That was part of the problem. Okay, that is. Not what I wanted, thanks. Also not what I wanted. These are now in reverse order. Can they stop? How do I fix what order these are in? Okay. I was mixing up left and right. I am totally awake. Everything is totally reasonable. Absolutely. Okay, and that doesn't give any speed. So I think this setup is actually still probably the best is gonna get, unless we have points that you've got just one spare sitting around. Your speed could go higher. But I think everyone was waiting on something to be able to proceed, right? Yeah, you were waiting on the power of setting things extremely on fire. And you don't have another path right now. Are there any other... Okay, there are a couple other dual... dual smack people in the face. Not a lot, though. I think the only practical one is this one. Interesting. No, I think we just have to go in as we are and pray. How wonderful. If I get good at dodging, this would be great. This would be fine. I'm not, so we might be here for a bit. So. Very Dark Souls of me, just get good and, yep, smack things with big bonk stick. So, let me... What is like that? Remind me of that.
Let's get right
what is it? Hand slap. Alright, so I believe the strategy for the first phase was, Okay, so the strategy for the first phase was build up, because we can dodge things in the first phase pretty okay. So it was build up everyone's everything, and be ready to hit very, very hard immediately in the second phase, because the second phase is awful, I think is the plan. So for you, it would be Ice Lance, or... No, I think mostly just Ice Lance. Ice Lance and... build up Overcharge. And Overcharge is probably... Alright. And I still haven't entirely grasped how increasing the amount of Sun and Moon charges helps this situation, to be entirely honest. Huh.
Here's your card.
Get ready.
It's not me.
Could have handled that better, could have handled that worse. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I suppose. technically still near assault right now. I mean, we don't have any fire stuff. Yeah, okay.
A storm is coming.
I'm sure it is. Yep. Sun. Okay, so the maximum is only 20 when it's in the twilight state, which is a thing. Applies damage inflicts on burning, consumes. Okay, so it's just
I'm ready.
oh, could have done that better.
Get ready. I'll do it.
Could have been better, could have been worse. We want. Alright. I want to heal everyone's base. Apparently next turn.
Ready to obey.
Attempting to lock in, as they say. Okay, please heal us of our collective foolishness. And by us, I mostly mean...
Everybody, go!
Okay. Okay, so that also has healing. Medium damage, consumes... I'm not clear on how much Foretell gets consumed either. So obviously, ideally, we do not instigate that.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You're ready. Dodge is here. I'm ready.
Okay, I could have handled that again. Better, could have been better. Could have been worse. How much? I guess we have 9. Yeah, okay, so I think the thing to do is end this phase by using Shatter when we have a full... Well... No, I think it might be used Overcharge now, because it's not going to take half the health bar. No way.
We're going to come on.
Yeah, no, okay.
A storm
And we
is
chip
coming.
down the rest while building that back up. Everyone could still use a little bit of healing. Targeted ally. Revivification. Interesting. I think we need to. I think I need to look into the specifics of balancing that gets generated, possibly. Without healing for one more turn, and we can try using Immolation to use one. Okay, not quite what I wanted. That's not ideal. Interesting, but not ideal. I don't know about all that.
Gorgeous, yeah. Looks away. Brace yourself.
Could have been better, could have been worse. Again.
Romance
Just
flowing.
want to attack manually. Okay, okay. Okay, that consumes 5. Okay, that's... Okay, so that would actually apply regen now, which is not quite what we want to do. I don't appreciate that actually using either of these would consume resources I don't want it to. That is a little annoying. If we use that right before the end, it's probably the thing to do. We can just keep building up sun. I'm not sure what effect this is gonna have.
One more tricks. Dodge this up.
Nope. We need to heal you and your face.
Ready to evade. Charlie.
Get ready.
And everyone else. A lot going on there. Okay, so you can't use... What? Can't gain any AP. I want you to hold on to your AP. I think this might be time to heal yourself in the face.
Now's our chance.
And as for you, might also be time to heal yourself in the face a little bit, but maybe not. Do we want? Okay, I guess. Do we want to convert any of these to something else? Is really what this turns into. Consume stance to be more powerful. Increase damage. Generates. I would prefer it to actually consume the typed one, not the untyped first. Oh, no, did it just rotate? Is actually. I'm sorry, I'm misunderstanding that. Maybe so. I honestly thought I fumbled that.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
Get ready.
That was exciting. It would have been better to be a little less exciting. Okay, you're not currently on fire, which is interesting. now is the take advantage of healing. We'll have one more turn. Oh, your overcharge is not full. That's not ideal. We've got 7. Okay. That's about as advantageous as we can get going into the next phase, I suppose.
Easier than expected.
Hey, don't jinx us. No need to invite misfortune.
I don't see any stones.
You do see a friend.
What's happening?
Misfortune.
Okay.
Ready to evade.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Now's our chance.
So I have tried to shoot the lamps before, and it has not worked. Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen anyone, like, interfere with any target points on this particular fellow? Because they appear to be valid targets, but... you could aim for one of the hands, I guess. Or whatever that is. Okay. No skills for anyone right now. Wonderful.
It's not on you.
Oh, hey. Dodged it. That's good, because, Jesus Christ, that is not a fun attack.
Now is our
Resistant.
chance.
Okay, and now we are healing.
Everybody, let's go.
Thank you.
Join in.
And now we are smacking you in the face as hard as possible, I guess. Okay. I keep forgetting I shouldn't sit like that either. Like a fool. Like a fool in shoes, as they say. I don't know where I picked that up. I'm not sure anyone actually says that.
Get ready.
Oh. A lot going on there, but okay. Oh. If it helps, I don't see your message as being contained on this end, so if it ate your messages, it was like not the autofilter. It was just your internet or something, probably. I'm not sure if that makes it better, to be honest, but you are visible currently. overcharge.
For those who come after.
Let us stain.
Alright. Mobile Twitch. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, so we're wanting there to be fire. Let there be fire. Or ice. I think we want to fill the slots first.
Let's play.
Okay. 150 plus damage and Foretell. We need more Foretell. The Foretell has all gone.
No more tricks.
Hey.
I'm ready.
Ooh. Close, but no cigar. Time for revivification, I guess. You are the one who can deal the most damage in this situation. Save us from ourselves. Thank you. Not in fancy mode anymore. Due to being temporarily dead, which is fair enough, I suppose. Huh. Do you have type advantage? Never seen a playthrough of this completely clueless. Fair enough. Then hopefully my shenanigans remain intriguing. And we use high lightning damage. I don't think I've ever used that attack before, but that was solid. We might actually not be immediately murdered between dodging slightly better and stuff.
Ready?
Oh, thank God. I don't know what applied that stun, but whatever it is, I am grateful. Okay. That went so much better than last time. At Death's Door, level 8, deal 50% more damage if health is below 10%. A Shape of Life, nice. Polished Chroma Catalyst, nice. Everyone has more levels in their pockets, nice. I need to make everyone's levels be caught up with one another at some point, but... First try! Today! Excellent. Thank goodness, though. Two-phase repeats are always a pain. Okay, let's see what the resolution of whatever that was is.
Is it really dead?
Good question.
Looks like it.
Is this it?
Rock. Hi.
Florrie. All right. Ready to sail like a snail. Just jump, mes amis. It's not that high.
We can finally cross the sea. You don't happen to have some wine stashed away, do you?
Wine?
Hey. You can do this.
I hate water.
Huh.
She doesn't seem that far now. Does she?
Yeah.
Well, that's alarming.
Wanna throw one more rock?
The others are waiting, but...
You might reach her.
Okay.
You're close enough that you might legitimately smack her in the face if you're not careful, and I think that's extremely funny.
Ooh. What about that one?
Okay, the very good composition, tension, whatever the fuck.
Does it really matter?
Oh, that's menacing as shit. Big yikes.
Well, no. Like I always say, it's not about the rock. It's more about...
Yep, that's... Should have expected that. Jesus.
Run.
Oh. Oh, and now you're trapped in one of those things that you have to shoot a bunch of targets in order to deal with. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh. Gonna... What's all that then?
Run. Please run.
Eee. Kid, he is missing a chunk of his circulatory system right now.
Why? Why are you doing this?
That is a clever way to get the rest of the party out of the way for whatever this is. Like, good use of narrative tools and junk. I have been thinking that, and I have been not saying it the entire time, but that has been an impression that I've had, yes. I thought I was crazy because I'm awful at faces and all forms of recognition, or at least it takes a million years to not suck at it. But I have been having the impression that he does look a surprising amount like Gustav, yes. So maybe it's time things, or, you know, I was thinking maybe it's like his dad or something. Because, like, you know, that's not the button I wanted. Because we don't know what was going on with everyone's predecessors and running off to do things like expeditions and junk. But yeah, I want to compliment the game for introducing the, oh yeah, you got treasure items and we're gonna make you shoot things down off the walls in order to free your treasure and stuff, and it's like a game mechanic for giving you loot that you still have to work for a little bit, haha. And then using it here so that you immediately recognize they cannot escape this without hunting down whatever the anchor thingies are. It is not something you can just punch through, because you have inevitably bashed your face into one at least once trying to get shiny things out of one. I think that's a very clever way of introducing a mechanic earlier for something completely different and then using it for narrative purposes. That was good. I appreciate. That's nice. That's nice. Now, how do we not die? Or how do we die only a little as necessary for the narrative? Can I try and shoot you in the face? Okay, I know that only that wasn't super effective, but I felt in my soul that this was necessary. Oh, just that's a lot of HP. Yeah, it was cathartic. I think we're going to wait. I think we are going to die immediately, even if we heal.
We've done nothing to you. We should be on the same side.
Are you just gonna stand there? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Well, I think we're going to...
Let her go.
What are we waiting for here, I wonder? He is standing there extremely fucking menacingly, and I don't like it at all. I'm really curious if he actually has an actual health bar, or if they just gave him more HP than God, so that we can have a fascinating little dialogue here. For that matter, if everyone here is a combination of, like, imaginary friends and psychopomps and other things created by the Paintress or some other mysterious predecessor, it's entirely possible he has, like, some weird overflow numbers worth of HP. Who knows? Who knows? Turns his attention to Gustav. He is about to attack. Cavalry!
Something's going on up there.
Escape! Get us up there!
Oh. That was very interesting. So it wasn't dead. Also, I'm interested in the fact that the fight UI down there actually came up for a second. Like, good tension. Much better than it just being straight cutscene. And also, not sure if that means we're just going to be switching back and forth between perspectives and having to fight two of these at once. Very exciting. Is a word that I think we can use. Let me make my phone not explode. Very exciting.
For those who come after.
Oh yeah, that's... I think we can just write off this entire fight. Also, that was good. If we end up having to swap between fights, that was good bait in terms of using up items, because this ain't gonna do shit. But no guarantee that's what's gonna happen. Alright, well, we're just gonna... Okay, now you're doing that in lore and not just in gameplay. You're gonna have to explain that. Victory screen, but with nothing happening. Battle UI is a thing in universe. I mean, at this... It could be. Could be totally normal. So, I think this guy was, in fact, not actually here, or was in some way a projection. That's what all this is implying to me. A very menacing projection. Maybe data gathering, maybe a distraction. Or maybe he was just like... I don't know. Very lightly punched. Have you overused your arm, good sir? Well, less our face, more our stomach, I think. But, y'all gonna have to explain this.
For those who come after. Right?
Please do not get into a fist fight with the scary...
You promised!
So, your arm fell off. And you're gonna get into a sword/fish fight with a scary... Oof. How are your organs? Oh dear. Oh, what the... Hey. Hey. Hey, what? That's interesting. fact that you're not covered in blood
You
is...
won't yet understand. But this is a kindness, not a cruelty.
Did you just yeet her out of her body or out of the corporeal plane? I'm not clear.
Let her come. You know she's too weak for this. How could you let her take such a risk?
You only care when things are right in front of you. My sweet child, you were supposed to stay home. I told you not to worry. But since you're here now, just stay put.
What are you saying? You must go home, now. This does not involve you.
When this is over, we'll go home together.
No!
There's a lot to unpack there? I don't think I'm qualified for any of it, but there's a lot to... Okay, out of her body then. Not out of the corporeal plane. She has interesting abilities. Unexpected ones. I think everyone's organs are getting a little bit of ventilation today.
Makes sense to you now. But we both want what's best for our families. I'm sorry you're caught in the middle, but I did try to warn you.
Hey.
It's been a while.
What up?
Stay out of this. You chose to walk away. You don't get to come back now and interfere.
You've lived more than a lifetime. It's time to let her go.
A lifetime. A lifetime with my family torn apart. No. I want my family back.
It's not your family. But she is.
You're gonna need to splainy.
You would use her.
She chose to come. I didn't make the rules between you two.
What the hell is happening?
Hey. You alright?
This is like walking into the middle of someone else's very violent
okay.
soap opera. Or
I'll
something.
handle things here. Get back to your friends.
Is talking a free action in this environment? Hello?
Go.
So
that's it. You set us down this path. But are you ready for the consequences?
She'll never paint again.
That's interesting. Also, what is with you people and the eye scars thing? That... It's not a comment. That's the same... I have many questions. Some of them are whether this is like a foils sort of thing. Yeah, the Paintress has... Oh yes, the Paintress's narrative preferences are guys that have dark hair, stern faces, scars over specifically the, what was it, right eye? Left eye, whichever eye that was, and who care deeply for much shorter young women in their custody. Yes, absolutely what the Paintress's narrative preference is. What is even happening? Yes, fluffy curly hair. Truly, what's going on? So... Hugs. Big friend. So, that occurred a lot. What are your thoughts about that?
Last time we sat together like this.
In Lumiere, mourning our parents.
Seems like every time we're together, it's to grieve. I wish we could have spent more time in less hopeless contexts.
The plan doesn't change. We aim for the monolith. We keep heading north. With SKA's help, we can make it. But we lost the Lumina converter, so...
It's okay, we can think about that later.
All the backups were destroyed by that man, but Expedition 32 will bring more. Their chances will be better. We need to prepare them. I should update our journals.
Hey. It's okay.
Have a little time.
Tomorrow will still come.
It definitely does seem like it has a lot. And you're still a mystery too. A lot of mysteries going around. And you? What's your business? You're gonna introduce yourself.
This seemed important. If you want to reach the monolith, the best path is through the quarry up north.
You can
And where did you
explain.
get that expedition uniform?
Strange way to say thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't save your friend. I'm wearing an expedition uniform because I, too, am an expeditioner.
What? What do you mean you're an...
I've never seen you before.
First expedition. Expedition Zero.
Expedition
I
Zero.
have so many questions.
But how are you alive and not...
Old? I don't know exactly, but some of us stopped aging and were not affected by the Gamage.
Some of you? Like the man on the cliff.
Anwar, our commander.
Why?
Interesting.
Why did he massacre our team?
How could he turn on his own people?
He believes his immortality is a gift from the Paintress.
Oh, okay.
Killing her would kill him too, and he enjoys living forever.
That...
And you don't.
Is that complete?
Burying everyone you know while you live on can weigh you down a bit.
Is that a complete explanation, I wonder?
I couldn't help your friend, but
About what Renard?
perhaps I can help you.
Renoir. And you?
You want to join us?
If you don't mind the company. Yes.
You got a name?
So, if I want to kill Renoir, I have to kill the Paintress first.
I love the energy.
What's your name?
Versa.
So this is the famous Verso. Interesting. Act 2. Verso. I see. Privy tale. Yeah. Yeah, when your name reverberates through space, that's a little sussy, as well as anything else. Also, you're gonna explain a bit more about anything you've learned in the past 60 years, perhaps. Some of you stopped aging. Did you stop aging immediately? Or was Renoir a young man who became old and then stopped aging? Or... I suppose if they're both from Expedition Zero, if we take that to be the truth, then rather than... If we're still speculating that maybe the old fellow is related to Gustav, it would perhaps make sense to have been a grandfather, not a father, in terms of recognizing people in setting, as perhaps an aside. Some of y'all have stopped aging, then why haven't any of them tried to go back? I could imagine a lack of transport potentially being a problem if there are either Neverons in the water or navigation issues, if all of the boats that get here tend to be destroyed or land via falling out of the sky. But yeah, not trying to get any information back, especially when they have entities here which clearly fly. They've got energy things. They've got the technology to make just a basic boat, and or scrounging up the bit parts of the destroyed ones. For that matter, even not trying to go back, even meeting people on the shore and giving them information and saying, go back and use this to plan, would help. 60 years of existing, and they sent nothing back about them not dying. In fairness, Expedition Zero was said to be the one expedition where there was at least one, I'm not sure if it implied more, survivors that did make it back to Lumiere. So, someone came back. Not these two. And obviously whoever came back was not part of the not aging group. Although if they came back relatively quickly from their travels, then I suppose they wouldn't have noticed other people not aging, because it's not something that you would notice for quite a bit. So all it would take would be the survivors that returned to happen to not be part of the group. Or, who knows, perhaps Renoir is right. The Paintress was like, I like these guys, they're my Blorbos, they should keep on being alive. The Paintress. Subtitles, please. This is definitely like walking into the middle of someone else's, like, novel and having them punch you in the face immediately, because you have no idea what they're doing. There's a lot. Okay, and now we're Verso. And Gustav is dead? Mostly dead? Temporarily dead? Permanently dead? Some amount of dead? Alright. Oh yeah, I'm sus of Verso for at least 2 whole reasons. One of which is him appearing out of nowhere. 2 of which is having something resembling a dialogue with everyone else here, and extremely unclear what's going on there, and him not explaining. And then also, I'm like pretty sure his name is included in one of the songs that keeps playing in the background every fucking where. And as I don't understand the lyrics being in either French or Latin, I don't remember which. I don't know what is being implied by the lyrics of those songs, and if I should be worried about it or not. But it's very suspicious. So, that's exciting. That's exciting. Rest first to refresh our everything. What's people's attributes look like? Y'all have... Okay, we've got to assign everything to you. Great. Hold on, let's... We'll take a look at that in a second. Narrating his trip to the grocery. Maybe. Surely. 6 skill points. What were we going for with you? That has self-damage implications. I think we were going for Big Lightning. We could either go for Big Lightning or more support. Maybe? Are there any more support skills? Deal slowness. Heal allies. On turn start. Consumes... Okay, so duration. Typhoon sounds really good. I don't know how the best path would be to get there. Break damage. And I do want the lightning. But I'm suspecting... Play a second turn. That is useful. I'm suspecting we'd need to come along this side instead of lightning. So it's, do we want to give you big lightning power, or do we want to deal big ice damage? I'm actually thinking ice damage. Yeah, okay. It sounds like that's the thing to do. So that's gonna be eventful. Hi! What in Christ's... Okay, so recovery. What do you have going on? So fire. Deals medium single target damage for 3 hits. Uses a weapons element. Heals self if the target's burning. Deals low to single target damage. Perfection. 5 hits, weapons element, increased damage. There's a lot going on there. Why is this guy... I mean... If I were to take a guess, I would say that's a representation of him pretending to be at the same level as our party. Personally, that's what I would guess at in this situation. A funny little joke. Or rather... Huh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna wait on allocating these points until I know what your freaking deal is. Ah. Let me plug this in. And we will see if it charges enough to stop us from abruptly needing to quiet. Okay, well, you've got 2 points. We were trying to give you the power of setting things extremely on fire. It's a bunch of locked skills that we have no insight about. Okay. And then technically we can unlock things for you, but would they be helpful? Low damage, all enemies, consumes foretell, increase. Support skills good, but omen, 2 points foretell per hit. Okay, that might be useful. Yeah, I don't think we have a strong idea of which one to go for next for you. Yeah, and we're headed toward Typhoon. And we're thinking about what's up. Okay. Let me take a check. Unfortunately, no self-advertisement in chat. Of which I do believe this counts. However, if you'd like to continue loitering, do feel free. He's here to help wisely level matching your young adult asses instead of 60-year-old immortalizing your foes. Ah, that is a very good question. I do wonder. That's not the button I wanted. Thanks for that. What is in your pockets, good sir? Funny. Funny, funny, funny. Funny man. Now if I were a betting sort of fellow, why, if I were a betting sort of fellow, I would say that perhaps Verso, when he joins your party, would have exactly the stats in some fashion as Gustav, perhaps. Since, why, it might just be for convenience, but your loadout seems to be identical, perhaps. How curious. How curious. And why, you seem to use the same weapon class. How interesting is that? Mechanically, of course, that makes a great, you know, that I can see why you might decide that's a thing to do. That's a perfectly viable way of making it so you don't lose all progression when you're having your party shift like this. However, narratively, I think that's very interesting. Yeah, definitely what we didn't see up the top of that cliff was clearly some, you know, some S-tier cannibalism. Definitely what was happening up top there. Interesting. Okay, well, what is the contents of our pockets? We've got ice power. Whatever we were just using seems to not have been helping against the local things. Also, I don't trust that. No extra stat things. Super interesting as a default weapon. Can't lose perfect. Hey. That's interesting. Hey. Hey now. Wait. That's interesting. These weapons have different effects in his hands. Which I guess makes sense because they don't have the same whatever his skills stuff are. But that's just a very interesting, I don't know. Feels weird. I guess it's probably similarly equivalent, but I have no idea how to rate any of these abilities without context. In a meta sense, it makes perfect, or at least it's a perfectly valid choice. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but you can make a lot of things make sense in this situation. This could be, Verso could have been an opportunity to introduce another mechanic that becomes extensible later, which they're clearly capable of doing if the weird force field situation is any indication. But yeah, this game seems narratively complex enough that this is probably a decision that has implications. Different implications, even. How curious. Okay, can't lose perfection, no damage increase from rank. Increased base attack damage. Base attack gives 4 perfection. Sir, can I get a summary of what your attack style even is? Can you explain to me what is going on? Parrying. Can't parry anything. We've got no. Casting a light skill increases damage of next physical skill cast by 50%. Start battle on rank B, but at 50% health. Don't lose rank when taking damage from powerless enemies. I don't think we have anything set up to make enemies have the powerless property, although it sounds like one could. Increase damage on rank D, no damage increase on other ranks. Base attack damage, cover 20% health. I'm interested to know. I have some interesting questions. Sounds like this is an okay thing to have. Element of sword. Yeah, either this or... We'll start with that, with the understanding that I don't know what... Well, no. Start with the default weapon so I can understand what the hell is going on. Low single target damage, 5 hits. Generate perfection. If you're at B rank, increase damage. And those seem to swap you into B. Right, we'll deal with that later. We're gonna leave everything else the same because I have no idea what's going on there. Okay. How is everyone doing?
Mon ami! Oh, you've put on a lot of weight.
I could say the same for you, you giant marshmallow.
Oh.
Bet you lost your stones again.
You know, that makes sense.
You know me. But now you're here. We can go find them.
Yeah, buddy. We'll find them. Tell me, did you tell them about... you know what?
Oh, Maman's the word. I promised.
Great. I'm counting on you.
Always, mon ami.
Ah. It makes perfect sense that they know each other. Because this man has been roaming the world, the continent, for 60 years, and seems like he socializes slightly more than Grenoir, I think. But somehow I did not expect that. Makes perfect sense, didn't expect it at all. Sure. Hi.
Verso, mon ami.
Esquier, mon ami. I feel like I haven't seen you in years.
3 years, 67 days, and roughly 10 hours.
Aw.
10 hours and 7 minutes.
Oh, you're both like this.
You've been counting too.
Less, but also I have questions.
Roughly. What have you been up to?
I have been perfecting the art
Perfecting.
of napping.
Impressive. You must teach me his secrets.
Mon ami, I wish I could. But napping cannot be taught. It can only be experienced. We must nap together.
Sure, that sounds nice.
Camera was being a bit funny there.
Yes.
So how did these expeditioners convince you to leave your cave?
They're all so nice. Well, the super nice one died, but the others are cool too. You can make some friends too. It's been a long time since you made new human friends.
Interesting implication. Interesting. The implication seems to be that the last time Verso made new human friends, that Esquier was present and accounted for. I mean, because the expeditioners were camping in that cave somewhat. A couple of years, 20 years, I think, if I remember the number, they were the 52s or something. I have many questions. I don't need more friends, I have you.
I don't need more friends. I have you.
Friends? are like rocks. You can never have too many.
Debatable.
I hope we won't lose them. Like the others.
So, you lost your stones again. How did you lose them this time?
Yeah. I lost them on our trip back from the Chestrel River, right after you left.
3 years ago, huh? Yeah, I might be referring to Expedition Zero if they're that old, but at the same time, I did say new human, like new friends. And so if Verso's from Expedition Zero, presumably he knew the people he was traveling with. Presumably, not necessarily, especially since at the start it's not like the population would have been quite as small, but lost them on our trip back from the Jestra River. Don't worry, I will help you get them
Don't worry. I hope you get them back.
You are the best. I missed going on adventures with you.
Me too.
Eskia and Verso rekindled the flame of their friendship. Relationship level increased. I have questions about the genre of this game. Yippee!
To adventure.
To adventure. New was referring to our current cast, but could be referring to previous new friends. I mean, I was sort of thinking it was both in the sense of these are new friends, but the last time that there were new friends was at some point in the past. And if Expeditioners have continued to hang out in Eskia's cave, depending on how, like, long they remained amongst the living, and whether Verso was there, he could have befriended some of them at some point. But that is a good question. Do we get to romance Eskia? Or do we get to have I don't actually even know what a relationship mechanic with everyone, I guess. That is a very interesting thing to be suddenly introduced, but okay. What happens if I talk to you again? As a
I said the
case.
same for you.
Okay,
Yeah, buddy.
can we skip,
We'll find Tell me, did you?
Oh,
Great.
always.
Okay, that was the same main conversation. Okay, let's try to find everyone else with whom the conversation won't be unbelievably awkward first. No guarantees that will work, but I want to give it a try. I have many questions. Also, Eskia is a name that was known in Lumiere. So he was met by whatever Expeditioners did make it back from Zero. Which is super interesting. Was met and known to be friendly, even back then. I think. The legendary Eskia, they said. I like how I can remember that, but at no given point can I remember the immediate contents of whatever the last stream was at any given time. Truly, a wonder. I like this home instance sort of thing. It is neat. And slightly menacing, since everything appears to be, like, a void in space, but it's nice. Hey, what's up? I have found your lost Jestrels. I haven't found anything. Love that they're just treating me like Yeah, I can't tell the difference between you and Gustav. It's like, whatever. Okay. Maybe you're related to Gustav from 100 years ago. I say that as a joke, but like, only 70% joke. Just, you know, just saying. Yeah, dude with curly hair must be the same bloke. Hello? What have you to say? Curator offers you his services. Have you met before? Upgrade. And we've got a bunch of color of Lumina, but I'm gonna, again, until it becomes necessary to really start dropping these things into people's faces, I'm gonna hold off on using them, I think. Like, I do think at some point it's going to be very necessary to optimize what's being held on to in everyone's pockets. But I don't think we've reached that point quite yet. Or at least not in a way that can't be surmounted by just shoving levels into people's faces. Which, in fairness, we still need to figure out if we can go back and do Fight Club to do, but... let me... Sorry, I'm closing something that needs to not explode. I say that mostly hyperbolically. But, like, only 96% hyperbolically. Yeah, grandfather or grand uncle or some shit. Actually, what would be kind of interesting... Yeah, any of the cast that were living on the continent could be related in unknown ways to any of the cast who are not currently on the continent, and I wouldn't be surprised. Interested, but not surprised. Right, and I wanted to check weapon upgrades. It would not be helpful to upgrade any of this stuff, because I don't know the applications at all. But you guys... Base attack gives a moon charge and consumes all foretell to apply burn. Sun skills always apply 10 foretell, but all damage taken is doubled. That explains some of the glass cannon situation. That doesn't do anything, and this is recover 5 health per foretell applied. Healing skills cost less AP. 1 less AP. 30% increased heal efficiency per moon charge. Base attack gives a moon charge. Okay, but we've been having stuff set up that sun charges are what we're leaning toward. And at the same level, this has higher power. Base attack gives a moon charge and consumes all foretell to apply burn. Increase burn damage in Twilight State. See, I'm pretty sure as you use these will just gain levels, even if you would rather them not, frankly. I think I would need to re-strategize around that when it hits level 10, or switch off of it. Obviously, healing is good. And additional foretell. Well, we've been using sun skills to apply this stuff. I'm gonna need to think about that. But your goods. Increase fire damage, start battle with ice stain, fire stain, lightning. Ice skills cost less AP. Fire skills cost less AP. Earth. Ain't nothing. Generate a random stain on free aim shot. AP when consumed. I mean, at this point. And then free aim shots deal damage to an additional random target. Base attack generates 2 random stats. I think I need to be better at figuring out what we're actually fighting. As it is, for attacks, we do rely on setting people on fire. But I think we were going to change some things up, so. And you. Stance less basic chain. Defensive. AP gives AP to allies. Critical hits apply burn. Base attack applies 2 burn. 100% crit chance while stances. Which means a base attack will always apply 2 burn, which is pretty nice. I think adding levels would be good. We could probably kick you up to 10. If it's not another, yeah, we'll switch you into the party because you need levels. And then... Hi. That's not where everyone... Okay, we just looped.
Expedition Zero left 67 years ago, which would make you...
About 100. Yeah.
Tell me about the fracture.
Explain to the class? Not just psychically?
I'm not gonna get much sleep tonight, am I?
Mm-hmm.
Explain to the class. Okay, they're not gonna... Okay, I guess we're not... I would like the exposition. I know not everyone would want to sit through pages of exposition, but I really hope there is at least optional pages of exposition, because I want to know. Because it sounds like he's actually going to answer questions. And I appreciate the fact they included the detail of the person who really wants to know the answers to all the questions is going to be interrogating the new party member for answers to as many questions as she can think of, which probably won't be enough questions, because she does not have all of the necessary scope to ask all the questions, but it will be a lot of the questions. And I would love to know the answers too, personally.
Expedition Zero left 60...
Okay.
About 100.
Tell me about the
And you're not going to tell us anything. Is there a way to skip dialogue? Hello?
I'm not gonna get much sleep tonight, am I?
Mm-hmm.
I think we just have to page through it if we start a dialogue again. I'm pretty sure. That's fine. Okay. Hi, guys. So... Getting real close, ain't we? Fair enough. Aurora Borealis. Some weird-ass Halo Eclipse thing. Good optional cutscene. It would be great. Okay, well that was exciting. And we've talked to everyone in the clearing. That's not the button I want. Every time. So we need to learn how Verso does things. And we need to get mal levels, so... Okay. There we go. And what order are you going to be in? 440? 3 something 440. Okay. So, you're tied, and that's going to cause problems. You have the power to set people on fire very soon. I will probably increase that level again shortly. Need to go buy a bunch of stuff from every merchant ever. Okay, so we need to get your speed up to at least around 440. And then you are set up with break damage and stuff, because we don't know what else you do. Okay, that's fine. Let's just make sure that you're in the priority order in some semblance of a functional fashion. Please. Oh, and you guys actually still have some points available. Your speed actually should be lower because you are benefiting from everyone else punching things first. Though you can apply mark, but then everyone else gets that later. 490, 460, 417, 470. Health. We could just keep... Well, if you're using an item that gives you more damage. I don't know. I'm still thinking we're probably going to get better weapons at some point and not just keep upgrading the same short list. But I'm not sure. It might already be running. I don't know what the versatility balance is meant to be. But you should be fastest. And have some health. Yes. As much as you are doing support, it would be a bad idea to slack on that. And then you. We need your speed up to at least 440 with... No, what's the base number? Just under 400, just over 400, just over 400. So whatever we put into your pockets... Okay, so this would actually leave you attacking first. So agility 19. That seems reasonable. And it would leave you just under everyone else if you were having less speed-focused equipment. Okay. And then your HP, 417, high 400s. So we do actually want to take you up into the high 400s. And add more later. And then 140s, 150s. Your attack power is actually fine. Interestingly, defense 21, base. Everyone's defense is shit because I've been trying to practice the school of not getting hit. And then luck for crit is actually, yours is pretty good as it is. In the 20s. So I will actually hold on to the rest of your points until we need to bring you up to parity and something else. Okay. So... what's the current objective? Forgotten battlefield to continue to the monolith. I guess we're going to sleep. The next morning is probably mega awkward, but continue.
I'm really sorry it didn't arrive sooner.
Interested to know how you arrived at all.
He was your brother.
Something like that.
Losing family is difficult.
I know. I know what you're going to say. You want to offer your condolences. You want to say something comforting. But I don't need it. I've had enough condolences. I've lost so many families now. I just need... Can you please go?
Foils. And why is that in your pockets, good sir? Why is that in your pockets? I mean, it's good that you brought it over. Well, why was it in your pockets? I'm sorry, what? SKA ability unlocked. Did you happen to catch what the bit of text in the bottom corner was? It was something about petals being hard to catch. And I have no idea what I should take away from that, being as that I did not see it clearly. SKA ability unlocked to swim. Okay, I might go back to check that. Wait. We have the magical power of science on our side. I can go back and check that, because there's a VOD, and the amount of time that is on that VOD give us knowledge, give us eyes! Or something. I'm interested in this music also. And how much of this is an actual language, or how much of it is constructed partial language? Because I'm hearing everyone's names just sort of scattered about. Back up, back up. Oh. Okay, no. I misread it. It was about the little, the rolling fellows. I think. I don't remember the enemy type. Just that they're hard, that those are hard to catch. Okay. That makes significantly more sense. Okay, where the hell are we going? We are on a beach. We can ride Eskie around.
Oh. Through the quarry to the north.
Quarry, north. North? North. That's not the button I wanted, thank you. Map? Also not the button I wanted. Map. Not spooky lore, just accidentally spooky enemy info. Apparently. Quarry to the north. Through the forgotten battlefield and continue to the monolith. Do you mean here? Do you mean here? Oh. Oh. What the? That is a bigger amount of space than I thought. I guess we're headed north. How much of this is gonna be water? How much of it's gonna be islands? Are we traveling through Hoenn? I think we are. Is there anyone we can buy shit from before we leave? Like, I know this is a very dramatic moment and all. We are just on an island. Okay. Hello. How about you? The painted world of Hoenn. Exactly. It's even got dramatic music. Hi. Hey, humans care for a good deal. Okay. Haircuts. The Fashion Souls says, grab them. The Practicality says, there are other things that I need to get. We'll be back. I don't know where anything is, so it's going to be very exciting also. Can we travel through the portal? This way. Technically. I keep doing that. I don't know if this is the direction to backtrack to that fellow on the other cliff. I guess we're going to be running around until I figure that out. Hello? Oh, I hate that. Oh.
Great.
A music record that can be used at camp. Gustav's. Okay, and this area just does this. Okay. I suppose. Lots to unpack here. Lot to unpack here. Also, that we probably should just get the stuff from that merchant. But can we teleport to... maybe the entrance? .78s. Also, not entirely sure. I think we just avoided you. Hello? I'm not. I think this was. Just a place where we get around to unlock things. Not one of the paths to follow. Yeah, no. I'm trying to find the place where it loops around back to a starting area. Because there was one fellow selling... I don't even know what. But I do not believe that to be here. On the other hand, where are we? Okay, no, this is just another section of this area. Just checking. Just checking. For the sake of XP, I think we should pick a fight. This is not a good idea. I'm gonna do it anyway. Just, you know, as a tutorial. Perfection. Okay. Verso's Perfection. Verso gains perfection every time he deals damage or manages to parry or dodge. A higher perfection rank increases his damage. Some skills have additional effects at specific ranks. Taking any damage removes one perfection once per enemy turn. Okay. Definitely not getting hit. 5 hits. Heals self targets burn. Which means you're also would benefit with a weapon that deals fire damage, I believe is probably what that means. Because it's not if the target is burning. Applies 10, applies mark.
More tricks.
And you applies burn for 2, apply more if you're in defensive. Jesus Christ. Oh, nice. And then I love that.
Let's carve a path.
Good job. New character has perfection mechanic. Okay. Oh yeah, it's super suspicious. That's extremely weird. But who knows? Okay, I just want to double check.
That's better.
Okay, so if he's already burning and not if you caused it, you do also heal. Okay, well that was good to check in a not critical environment. And as for you... Oh, whoops daisies. What allies? Nope, I flubbed that. So I've been getting a decent number of perfect dodges, so it is important for me to figure out the parrying thing. Man. That went well. Ish. That was also not what we came here to do. But we're just gonna go backward through this area until we figure out, I'm pretty sure this is the area that we had the weird, like the fellow in the cave thing, but maybe not. Here at the entrance, Paper Shrine, Old Farm. I mean, yeah, I think it was in this area, and the only way to do anything with that is just to work backwards. So, working back through this area until we lose patience, I guess. And I want to buy all of the things that shopkeeper has, because I don't really want to have to make this trip again, and I will forget. Even though we opened up the shortcut. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around here. But, like, further back. I think. Like, we're by a beach. Sort of. Why are people losing multiple Ferris wheels? I'm pretty sure this is a completely different Ferris wheel. Or possibly that the other one we saw was a completely different Ferris wheel. Why are there multiple of these? Notwithstanding all of that, I forget what type of rock this is. I know that I've seen pictures of one that commonly... Obviously, this could all be magical junk. But, like, there's some stuff that looks like that. Okay. Maybe I should have tried fast traveling to a different location. Because that wasn't really what I meant. I think there's someone... No, we almost got murdered over there. I'm sorry. Map. So we were up here. It's Eskia's Nest, which is not where we needed to be. Jestro Beach, Redwoods, Flying Waters, also not correct. I mean, we could talk to the people in the Jestro Village, I guess. Oh, hey, what?
Nice.
A lot going on there. You see, like SGA, the expeditioners kept losing their wheels. Quite probably. Oh. Okay, there are more missing expeditioners to find is good to know. And we've had that. Okay, so you're someone to talk to eventually later. Nope. We want to talk to Jestrels who have things to sell. And also I want to see what the heck. Nope. I also want to pick a fight with random entities. But we should do that later. Because, you know, running through random portals is sensible. Twilight Quarry. So, the shiny thing in the middle is definitely bait, right? Okay, so no. We're actually still in expanded view. Okay. I cannot see shit, guys.
Useful.
In 33 okay. What in the heck? Hello? I beg your pardon. Okay. This is almost unnavigable. I think we're gonna leave. That is a very... I have questions. Like, very neat, but also what in the heck? Right. Well, at least we get to see what is this. Give me that. And that, I think there's something. Hello? Nice mood, awful camera. Yes. Okay. You have anything new to say? Training. Actually, after we buy whatever we can buy in here and inevitably get lost again, the thing to do might actually go even out everyone's levels at Fight Club. Well, let's talk to everyone first. Okay, hunt Neverons. Hello? Weird pic- oh! You see I found a similar Pictos not too long ago. Let me see if... Aha! I think it's complete now, no need to thank me. Oh! Augmented aim. So... was that the quest Pictos or a different... excuse me. Okay, that was the Pictos that was just sitting in our pockets for a million years. Also, I totally forgot that we had the flesh of an Evron that may or may not be alive. Wonderful. Okay, well... At Death's Door, deal 50% more damage if health is super low. Defense high, crit rate up. We'll have to equip that to someone at some point. Augmented aim. Increased free aim damage, now higher level. Cool? I don't think anyone's actually using that. Everyone could use some more levels so they put more things in their pockets, but we'll come back to that. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, right. Chromatic legumes. Okay. Just... Alright. I know at least one person here. More writings. Give me 8 more and I'll reward you. Oh, interesting. I feel like at least one person here actually sold things. Besides the black market. but I don't remember who. So, black market it is. Switch to virtual stance on breaking any shield. Interesting. Free aim shots break 2 shields. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hull damage will pierce shields. That's actually very nice. I would like that in my pockets. Thank you. Healing mark. Recover 25% of health on hitting a marked enemy once per turn. Also very good. We could set someone up to not die doing solo with that equipped. It would be expensive to put in as Lumina, but as Pictos might be functional. That's okay. The polished catalysts and the normal ones. Color Lumina. Okay, we'll want the recoat when we have more change. We are good for now. Okay, so we can currently afford one of those style things. Okay, and we have the new weapon. That's me. And we just gave you more ability to set things on fire. Defensive gist. So that's the support one. And then this is particularly for solo endeavors. So if Wenmael is in the back slot thing, and we're fighting things that happen to have a lot of shields, that would be the weapon. But that's not really what we're doing right now, so that is a later situation. So I guess the next thing to do is pick fights with the wildlife, but also more specifically, find our way back to Fight Club, I guess. Not the local Fight Club. Where are we? Oh no. Where's the exit? How do we leave? Is this the exit? I think this is the exit. Please tell me this is the exit. Oh, thank you. Yeah, setting things on fire is all well and good, but the shields cause problems. Fast travel. Okay, so fast travel is within a zone. Okay, well then. That is a little inconvenient, but fair. That also means the area that we were in before might actually have been the correct one. Which is a little annoying. Okay, SKA's domain. Okay, so this stuff just stays. So we can pick a fight, and then... Okay. Still not the button I want. Where is the Fight Club? Here. So go straight to the... whatever direction this is. We can pick fights with things on the way back. Okay. Up here somewhere. Okay, we're pointed right at it. So either in here... maybe this is it? Is this Fight Club? We're here for Fight Club. Hello? Look alive. Okay. That being said, it is actually at the time now where we are going to say Fight Club to start off next time to get back into the practice of the fighting things. Now that's the correct menu. So, that all being the case, that shall be all for tonight, dear listeners. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight we will, I think, have a raid, so let me set that up. And in the meanwhile, we've got VODs somewhat on the VOD channel. At some point we'll start dual streaming, but like, that hasn't happened yet. Don't know when it will. Content will eventually be on the main channel, but I've been saying that for 2 years, so let's see when I actually get around to it. Links to those places can be found below. I need to add the singing practice channel link below, but you can navigate there from the main one. Let me set the raid thing. Can spell? I cannot spell right now. We're rating Fabulich, I think. And in the meanwhile, until next time, do take care. Oh, travel safe. Don't fall over, and remember that you're precious, each and every one of you, unique in all the world, and therefore irreplaceable. So rest well, dear listeners, and good night.